Hello, hello, me again. And I've got another big box. Right. I have about 10-15 minutes before I'm jumping on a Zoom. So I thought I would quickly unbox this, see what we got this time. I cannot remember what this is. I think this is a mixed match of a lot of different stuff. We shall see. And look, I tidied up the last pile of wrapping. So we can make a mess again. That's the bill. Right. Oh, now, yes, okay. This is cool. Right. So this is a list of... What I did was I went through the website and I went, oh, that sounds interesting. Buy, that sounds interesting. Buy, that's really good. Buy, that's really good. Buy. And what started me off were these. So I bumped into a lady I know, I won't name names, who was saying to me that she'd looked at our 10 poems about and had bought, I think it was a knitting one or something. And there is one of them called In Memoriam, and it's 30 poems about and therefore I was like, I got them in because I thought, you know, they'll be useful for if you have to say a little something at a funeral or whatever, right? And I remember at the time, and she said to me the other day, she said, it's funny, I said, oh no, yep, I don't need that one. And then a few days later, she actually had a bereavement. So she said, you know, and now I've got to find something to put in a card or to say, and I don't know what to say. And it reminded me of these books. And every time somebody comes and says, or I think, whenever there's a time when you could do with reading a poem or finding a poem or quoting a poem or whatever, there is always something, my brain always thinks of these books, right? Every single time. And they are, and I can never remember the bloody title. I had to go on Facebook and go, what are these books? I remember the fact that they've got the spines are this colour and one's got red writing and one's got blue writing. And they're just brilliant. And I couldn't remember it, and it took me ages because these have, they always have something in them that you need, always. It's just, I don't know how it is. I've had my own copies of these for years, and they're in a box somewhere, which is terrible, but I haven't seen them since I moved. But I know I have them somewhere. And every time I've needed a poem, whether it's because of a breakup or a loss, or not even just sad things, just general things. It's an anthology of, should tell you what it is. It's an anthology of poetry. There's two. In fact, there's three, because there's another one which I don't have. Well, I do have now. But there's Staying Alive, Being Alive, and now Being Human as well, which I haven't actually had before. So I'm interested in that. And there's also another couple as well, but I thought I'd get the basic three first. But these are so good, and they cover like genres of life experience. So there's like, they're all by different people. So there's Body and Soul, Roads and Journeys, Dead or Alive, Growing Up, Man and Beast, In and Out of Love, My People, War and Peace, Disappearing Acts, Me, the Earth, the Universe, The Art of Poetry. And then in Being Alive, there's another whole set. And they're just so good. And every single time I've needed something, I've found something in this book. Every time. And so every time somebody says, oh, you know, I've got this or that or the other, I always think to send them to this book or this book. So I had to have them because they're going to be so needed. I mean, I wish I could find you. I'm not going to sit here and try and flick through and find it, but there is the most amazing poem. I think it's in this one, right? My ex, before I met Dave, my now husband, I've got to watch the time. My ex, who was a fair bit older than me, disappeared off with the most insipid woman. And isn't it always the way? And I was really annoyed, as you would be. And I found this poem in here. I was just flicking through, and I found this poem. I can't. It's going to really annoy me that I'm not going to be able to find it because it is so good. And it literally is this letter, essentially, to the other half, kind of saying, you know, yeah, okay, fine, but she's insipid and pathetic and just generally awful. And it's so good. And I always think of it. Is it that one? Is it that one? Yes. It's called Bitcheral. You ask what I think of your new acquisition, and since we are now to be friends, I'll strive to the full to cement my position with honesty. Dear, it depends. It depends upon taste, which must not be disputed, for which of us does understand why some like their furnishings pallid and muted, their cookery wholesome but bland. There isn't a law that a face should have features, it's just that they generally do. God couldn't give colour to all of his creatures and only gave wit to a few. I'm sure she has qualities, much underrated, that compensate amply for this, along with a charm that is so understated it's easy for people to miss. And if there are some who choose clothing to flatter what beauties they think they possess, when what's underneath has no shape, does it matter if there is no shape to the dress? It's not that I think she's boring, precisely. That isn't the word I would choose. I know there are men who like girls who talk nicely and always wear sensible shoes. It's not that I think she is vapid and silly. It's not that her voice makes me wince. But chili con carne without any chili is only a plateful of mince. That seemed very apt at the time. So, yep. But those books are brilliant. Some of them are silly like that. Some of them are sensible. Some of them are very touching. But there's always something in those books. Honestly, if you never have any other poetry books on your shelf, have those. Right, what else we got in here? 84 Charing Crossroad. If you are a lover of bookshops, you have to know of 84 Charing Crossroad. And it's the most beautiful little film, if you've not seen it, with Anthony Hopkins. If you don't know of it, it's a series of correspondence between an American female writer and an English bookshop back early wartime, pre-war, somewhere? No, something around that. Anyway, there's loads of books she wants and she can't get in America, so she writes to him and he sends them. It's just the best. Right. So, what else we got? Older and Wider. This is a book by Jenny Eclair about the menopause. I felt like I needed that. Oh, there's my other... How many Foxglove Farms did I buy? Oh, there's another Foxglove Farm. We all know those. And yes, I do have the other one. There's 4 that I have. I don't have all 5, I have 4, but I do have the first one, Love Heart Lane. I know last time I wasn't sure if I did or not. Another incredible poet, Maya Angelou. If you don't know Maya Angelou's work, you really should. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings is a very famous volume. Oh, just, yep, that's a very famous poet, wonderful. The precursor, if you like, to Amanda Gorman, who read her poetry at the inauguration in America. Oh, another, And Still I Rise, Maya Angelou. So good, so good. It jumps about a bit, this box. My Favourite Murder, Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered. This is a book in line with a really famous podcast. If you're one of those people like me that goes, oh, I just want to relax tonight and put on a nice true crime documentary or a gory murder, then this is for you. Because who doesn't love a gory murder? I mean, obviously the person being murdered, but you know what I mean. Into the Wild. This is fascinating. This is about the bloke Chris McCandless. There was a film made about him. He basically decided to check out of the world and disappeared off into the Alaskan, I think it was Alaskan, wilderness, and lived in an old abandoned bus out there, and eventually died because he ate the wrong kind of mushroom. Fascinating little true story, and that book is like an account of him and his life and what have you. A stash of one's own. Right, this is an anthology of essays and writings on crafting and yarn. And if you are a knitter or a crocheter or you do any sort of crafting, you understand about a stash. It's just a nice little collection of things to celebrate the art of crafting and stashing. And I'm going to have to hurry up because I've got about 10 minutes. Maya Angelou's Complete Poetry hardback. You should listen to her read her own stuff. Unfortunately, she's passed now. But you should listen to her read her own stuff. It's on YouTube. She's just amazing. Another amazing woman, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. The original RBG. That is the book of hers. I'm going to have to put them somewhere else because they're falling off. The Piano Tuner. I think this is a wartime mystery thriller, I believe. Might have just bought it because it's about pianos and we're a music shop, but looks good anyway. I have bought a little bit of sort of contemporary crime that I thought sounded interesting. The Real Silent Witness, Shocking Cases from the World of Forensic Science. There's a certain group of people, me included, that will be fascinated by that. We all love it. Do you know, at one point, I actually wanted to be a pathologist. That was interesting. It was because I had a massive obsession with Scully from the X-Files. Really interesting subject. And then I went and worked in a funeral director's for a week to see if I liked it. I managed the entire week without passing out. However, the first deceased person, shall we say, that I ever saw, the day before I went in, my mum had said to me, because it was school work experience, my mum had said to me, now watch out, because one of the guys that works there will lay down under a sheet and jump out and try and scare you, because they probably will. So the first person I actually saw, he died with a smirk on his face. I'm not even joking. And I wouldn't turn my back on him all day because I was expecting him to just get up and go boom. So anyway, right, that was completely off topic. The Diary of a Rural GP, hilarious true stories from a country practice. I thought that might be quite interesting. Oh, it's got a really, the cover feels, it's feely. That one's got a feely cover. How to Solve a Murder, true stories from a life in forensic science. See, it's only me, I just want to read all these. Poems to Learn by Heart. This is another anthology. I just thought I should probably up my poetry game. That's a different one. I don't know that much about what's in that, actually, so that's going to be quite interesting to look through. Got to love a bit of poetry. Right, what else have I got here? The Woolly Hat Knitting Club, another bit of contemporary fiction. And yes, I have gone through a whole sort of vein of knitting and crochet related books. Maybe I'll tell you why soon. So that is a contemporary fiction around knitting. I've got to hurry up. Springtime at Hope Hall. This is Pam Rhodes, who I think was on Songs of Praise. Is it? Anyway, it's, yes, presented. Oh, God. The builders' merchants over the road are like moving a ton of stuff, so there's a load of noise everywhere. Yeah, look, presented BBC Songs of Praise. It's a contemporary fiction based around the administration of a village hall, which I thought sounded quite fun. And there's a knit and natter club. So, yeah. So there you go. That's another one. Hey, and it wouldn't be one of mine unless there was some Agatha Raisin. How to Pronounce Knife. An ex-boxer turned nail salon worker falls for a pair of immaculate hands. A mother and daughter harvest earthworms in the middle of the night. A country music-obsessed housewife abandons her family for fantasy, and a young girl's love for her father transcends language. In the stunning debut, oh my God, no, there's no way on God's earth I can pronounce that. I'm really sorry, I'm not even going to try. Captures the day-to-day lives of immigrants and refugees in a nameless city. I just thought that sounded vaguely interesting. Otherworldly perspectives is always worth having. Right, last few, and then I've got to go. What to knit when you're expecting. Beautiful. Why am I looking at it and not showing you? Beautiful little patterns for things. I just thought it would make a nice gift if somebody you know is pregnant or recently had a baby. I know there's a few. and knits. I just thought that was really cute. You will be able to crochet by the end of this book, and you will be able to knit by the end of this book. Wow, these are really nice. They've got like, they feel like, I tell you what they feel like. They feel like those really fancy magazines. Do you know the type I mean? Like the papery ones? That's, ooh, and the crochet bits all raised. That's beautiful. God, they're really nice. Like really nice. Oh, I like those. Might see if there's any more like that. They're really good. I like those a lot. Right. That's a catalogue. That's my evening sorted. Love a bit of shopping. And last but not least, Nordic Knits. Again, Nordic Knits for children. Oh, look, they're nice. Again, a pattern book. Just because I saw it and thought, why not? It's got some basic stitches in the front. Look at that. Oh, it smells quite good too. Oh, look, it's got polar bears on it. How cool is that? Beautiful book, that, actually. Very nice. $12.99. I haven't told you how much any of these are, but you know roughly what sort of money this sort of thing goes for. The How to Knit book and the How to What's It book are $14.99 each. They're really nice. Really nice. The What to Knit When You're Expecting is $14.99. All the paperbacks are normally roughly the same sort of money, aren't they? They're all sort of $8.99, $9.99. $8.99. Doesn't say. It's helpful. $7.99, $8.99, $8.99. So yeah, they're all sort of the same sort of thing. 5 minutes. These are all going to be the same sort of thing again. $8.99, $9.99, $8.99, $8.99. Oh, I've got a hardback, haven't I? Hang on, let me have a look. Ruth will set you back. Now, she's American, so that might be a bit more. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up because it says $18, whatever that is in English. I need to look that one up. If you're interested in that, ask me how much that's going to cost. And the Maya Angelou is $16.99. So, and I think all the others will be roughly much of a muchness. The Staying Alive and what have you, they're £12 each. Actually, that's really good for those. Seeing as you get like a lifetime's worth of poetry. And it really is. It's just one of those things you keep on your shelf long term and just go to when you need. I don't know why, but it just is. Right, and look at that. I was supposed to be just doing a quick one, and it's nearly 20 minutes again. So I don't know that that was really any help at all to anybody, but I'm slowly building out different types of things, different collections. Anything you want that you see, hit me up. You know where you can hit me up and how. If you don't, you can find us on Facebook, Full of Music and Books. You can find us on Instagram, Among the Bookshelves. You can phone us on 01540 664 940. That's between Monday and Friday, 10 till 4-ish. You can drop me a message on any of the platforms. I'm not too bad at getting back to you. And hopefully soon you'll be able to knock on the door and come in, but not yet. Right, next time I talk to you, I might have even more interesting news. Wait and see. Bye.